Good morning, everyone, or good day, everyone. My name is Eric from Al Kubar, Saudi Arabia. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to tell you something about foundation of organizational structure. I would like to thank you also my teacher, Professor Mivilin Kabutay, for her support all the time to me. And I have chosen this topic, foundation of organizational structures. It is really important to every organization, and it is not popular for any presentation, but it is really very important in each of the organization. Like compared to the leadership is really very popular. Mostly all of the organizations, each employee have a training of that leadership. That's why it's really known. And I would like to discuss also different thing, which is the topic which I like, foundation of organizational structure. The topic coverage are the following: the 6 key elements that defines an organizational structure, and as well the description, the common organizational structure, like simple structure, the bureaucracy and matrix. And the topic also which I will tell you are the descriptions of the new option organization, which are team structure, the virtual organization, and the boundaryless organization. And also we'll see about managers, why they want to create boundaryless organization. And also the two organizational structures, which is the mechanistic and organic. And also list of factors that favor different organizational structures. And lastly is behavior implication of different organizational structures. What are those behavior which we encounter on each of the managers, of each peoples and employees in the organization? Now we'll go for the topic. What are those 6 key elements that defines an organizational structure? Firstly is, what is organizational structure? Organizational structures defines how job tasks are formally divided, grouped, and coordinated. This will be discussed, each of it: divided, grouped, and coordinated. 6 key elements. There are 6 key elements are specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization, and decentralization, and lastly is the formalization. Now we will see it one by one. The term work specialization or division of labor describes the degree to which tasks in the organization are subdivided into separate jobs. For example, if I am a factory worker and the management tell me, or is part of my job description as the operator of the machine, and to put a labels in a battery case, which is, we are talking about a battery plant company. Now I am specialized for this one. This is called specialization. And also departmentalization is the grouping of job together to those common tasks can be coordinated. In a functional organization, let's say there is I'm talking about a battery company plant. There is a charging department, which is the battery are putting powers, charging, and putting acid as well. It's called the other department is a green group batteries, which is case of the battery which they are putting in one cell, 6 cells, plates of it, and connecting each other, and put a cover, final cover for that. So it is a green group batteries department. And on the below, there is an lead strip and also oxide department, which is that department is in charge to charge the plates. Of course, there is a battery and the plates, and then they are putting a lead on it, and then paste the plate and dry it or vacuum it if there is any wet plates for that. So in every department, function department are department grouped together for a common task. And other one key elements is the chain of command, is unbroken line of authority that extend from the top of the organization to the lowest employee and clarifies who reports to whom. Me, for example, I am a senior purchasing. I am reporting to my manager, a purchasing manager, and my manager is reporting to the general managers, and I have a subordinates as well. 5 subordinates reporting to me. So it is called chain of command. Span of control. All things being equal, okay, the wider or a larger the span, the more efficient the organization is. Wider span are more efficient in terms of cost, but at some point, wider span reduce effectiveness. Narrow span of controls of 5 or 6 people, employees, permit a manager to maintain close control. So this is why this difference of span of controls, the wider or the narrower for span of controls. Of course, if you are a general managers, you have really a lot of controls for that. And if you are an employee or a team leader, so you are a limited controls as well. Span of controls. You are only a specific controls. If you are a team leader of a maintenance department, for example, and there is an electrician, there is a mechanical technician, there is a electronic technician. So this is only your control. This is only your control. While the top management, they have a big controls for that. We'll see about centralization and decentralization. The term centralization refers to the degree to which decision making is concentrated in a single point in the organization. Single point. Managers, for examples, they are the authority to decide particular task. Managers, and it's not involved the lower employee. It's not involved. So it is called a one decision point in the organization. While decentralization, action can be taken more quickly to solve the problem. More people provide input into decision, and employees are less likely to feel alienated from those who make the decision that affect their work lives. So it is really very, very effective. Some organizations, lower employees are sharing their ideas to solve the problems immediately. So it's called decentralization. Lastly is the formalization. It is referred to the degree to which jobs within the organizations are standardized. No up and down. Example, I am a factory worker, let's say, in one company, and my output for that putting a labels in that container case of the battery is second only. For 1,000 pieces of the cases to put the labels, I can put it 10 seconds only. This is to be written, to be procedure and standard. So this will be followed. No matter a new employee will come, this is the standard here. So it is written and it is formalization. Now, we will see about 5 most common ways to departmentalize an organization. As we have seen before, the meaning of Departmentalization is the grouping of job together to those common tasks can be coordinated. Okay? Now, we will see about 5 most common ways to departmentalize an organization. And we will give reason why in this particular method are really good. It's up to you to select. One is the functions. Other one is the product, which is the organization's produced. Okay. The other one is the geography or territory, which you are located anywhere in the world. So it is in departmentalization. Process. And the other one is the customers, the final category. They are the customer. You have to satisfy them. The one of the most common popular ways to the group activities is by functions. What is your function? A manufacturing manager might organize his or her plant this way in order to obtain efficiency, very effective, from putting like specialists together and seek economies of scale. So function means efficiency. Organizational can also be departmentalized by a product the organization produces. The major advantage of this type is group increase accountability for a product performed. Okay? Functions is obtain efficiency, and the product called accountability. Of course, they are account to make their product in their fields accordingly. They are accounting to do it and perform it on a deadline basis. Perfectly do. The third way to departmentalize is the basis of geography or territory. This form of departmentalizations can be valuable if an organization's customers are scattered over large geographical area. Valuable. This is the core word for that. Process is grouping the specialist in one specific phase, one project, specific phase in the production, together. And the lastly is the now, because each process requires different skills, this method offers basis for the homogeneous categorizations of activities. The final category for the departmentalizations is to use a particular type of customer to the organization seek to reach for that. So you have to satisfy the customers for all the process you have done. 5 common ways. We have function, we have the product, territory, the process, and lastly is the customers, which is you are going to satisfy. The assumptions on these methods is that customers in each department have a common set of problems and needs that can best to meet by having a specialist for each. Okay, now we are discussing now the departmentalization. Now, how about it's come to wrong? What is the implication if you choose in the organizations that is departmentalization is wrong? For example, what happens if you are grouped by function, let's say, group by function, but it should be grouped by customers. Let's say about the scenario. The key is that the organizations need to be structured based upon the design. It is the design that is most efficient. You have to design it based from efficient. To illustrate this point, let's say in a restaurant, food chain, the chaos that would follow if a restaurant happened to choose departmentalizations by product type. This would result in a multiple stop waiting on each table and the general efficiencies. For example, and I'm waiting for the order since last 15 minutes for my chicken, for my soft drinks, and nobody come on that time, and other are served first, and it takes also 15 to 20 minutes to serve. So it's really different. Now it is the choose what you have choose is different. You choose is by function, and it is supposed to be choose by customer. Customers first. Customers, as we say that this is to be satisfied first.